Do a video discussing disc 7 of the Blu-ray set of Twin Peaks season 3, Twin Peaks: The Return. Um, I have to say that earlier today I did a video talking about how flimsy the inside box was, the cardboard. It's horrible, it's terrible. I've said it a million times, but and obviously you can go back and watch that video and you can see how horrible the discs fit in it. It's quite terrifying in many ways. Anyway, but I'm happy to report that the discs themselves are near perfection. I mean, I can't even think of them being any more perfect than they are. First of all, the picture quality is exceptional. Showtime's presentation of it was fine. It was adequate. But the Blu-rays do the picture justice. It's it's. I have to just say the images are beautiful, and I'm really anxious to rewatch the show again, just to re-experience it in the proper way that I probably should have watched it the first time. With perfect visual clarity. The sound is great. It's 5.1. There isn't an option to watch it any other way, so you only have the 5.1. So make sure you have a good setup for it. Otherwise, some of the dialogue does get some drowned out by some of the music and sound effects and that kind of thing. So just be aware of that. But yeah, they were so smart to put like 2 episodes on a disc. Really maximum the visual clarity, the sound clarity. I'm really, really impressed. Like I said, the inside of the box was horrible. It was terrible. But the discs themselves are as wonderful as they could ever be. So I'm talking about disc 7 because there's a lot of extras on there. You do get parts 17 and 18, which is cool. They're not put together like they were never edited together as a cohesive 2-hour narrative. They played it that way on Showtime, but they did have credits in between, so you don't get that option that you do on disc 1 and 2, where they combine episodes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 together. I would have loved to have seen what 17 and 18 would have looked like as one giant 2-hour feature. I think that would have been really interesting. But anyway, so you get parts 17 and 18 on this disc, which they look amazing. And then you get the crew list, which is kind of a funny thing. You get to see just basically everybody who worked on the set, or I'm sorry, the series. It's just kind of like this long, you just basically credits, white credits on black. And then, let's see here. Sorry, my Blu-ray player is being finicky. Let's get to the special features here. First up is a featurette. They're about 30 minutes long. First one's called A Very Lovely Dream, 1 Week in Twin Peaks. And that's Charles Lazarica, who has, just made a million behind-the-scenes documentaries. Sort of a half-hour... just kind of showing them shooting in Snoqualmie at North Bend for about a week. I gotta say, it's nostalgia done right. Even though season 3 and The Return, kind of play on what is nostalgia. There's a lot more music of Twin Peaks used in the featurette than there was in season 3. So that kind of took me back. I was like, whoa, it's very much like Twin Peaks. But you get to see Lucy and Andy working with Michael Cera, and sometimes I use the actors' names, sometimes I use the characters' names. They're just kind of interchangeable, one and the same to me. You get to see Kyle's first day. One thing that really surprised me was how much Mark Frost is on set. Because I was always told that he was, he was only there for once in a while and that kind of thing. But he is he is in the background in a lot of these featurettes, at least on disc 7. I haven't gotten to disc 8 yet, which is why I'm not discussing that one tonight. But I just, this first documentary, it's just so beautiful, and it hits all the right notes, and that's the one thing that's just really kind of cool is, the series may have rubbed some people the wrong way because it kind of, wasn't conforming to what people may have wanted some of it. But these extras are catered to every single Twin Peaks and David Lynch fan that ever could. Even if you hated the series, which I can't see how you could ever just hate the whole thing, but even if you did, these extras are worth buying the whole set for. I posted tonight on social media that this really kind of made me sad that we don't have footage of Lynch shooting Blue Velvet, Wild at Heart, even Fire Walk with Me, even the original series, because the extras are so great on this disc. And I was told too that there was like some narration and stuff. Maybe that's on disc 8, I don't know. Disc 7, there's no pesky narration. It's all basically fly on the wall observations. You get to see Lynch directing, the actors being receptive to his direction. It's really moving. It's really powerful stuff. I'm very, very happy with everything I've seen so far. Another thing on disc 7 is you get the Rancho Rosa logos, just kind of one after the other. Some people might say, well, that's a bit silly, but it's kind of cool too. I mean, why not? Then you get also 63 behind-the-scenes pictures. Some of these pictures were taken from, you could tell they were taken from the time that Charles Lauzarico was doing his documentary, and some of them were taken when Richard Beamer was doing his stuff. So, but it's still cool. I mean, 63 pictures, and some of them are stunners. You almost want to do screenshots of them and just start throwing them all over social media because some of them are beautiful. All right. But let's talk about what really is perfection on this disc. And that is the 2 Richard Beamer documentaries. They're called, let me get the names here, Behind the Red Curtain, and the second one's called I Had Bad Milk in Deraden. You first get a note from Richard Beamer basically saying that Lynch personally invited him to come down to the set of the Red Room and shoot some footage. And make no mistake, this is footage all from the new series, because I know Richard Beamer shot footage and also pictures from the season 2 finale. We get none of that here. This is all just season 3 stuff. It's so weird because both of these documentaries are about a half hour in length. Both of them, it easily could have just been cut together as one big 1 hour thing, because it basically, the I Had Bad Milk is an extension basically of the first documentary. It could just have seamlessly gone together. I think the reason why they split it up is, Richard Beamer split them up because he split them up, but also sometimes when featurettes go too long now on DVDs and Blu-rays, you sometimes have to pay people as if it's like a feature film. So by cutting them to half-hour lengths, they kind of make sure that they're considered featurettes. So that may have been another reason. But this footage that Richard Beamer shot, it's stunning. It's stunning. Basically, you get to see, you've seen snippets of it, but Kyle working with Cheryl Lee. You get to see Ray Wise there. In fact, Ray Wise is there. We get to see more Ray Wise in these featurettes than we ever do in season 3, which is a bummer. We get to see more of Phoebe Augustine, who plays Ronna Pulaski, or American Girl, in this documentary than we do in this series. But I just love this fly on the wall. I've never... You watch this on a good set with a good sound. I mean, you feel like you're in the Red Room with David Lynch as he's directing the actors. So it's so amazing. It's so incredible. And you get to see him just work hands on with Kyle and Cheryl Lee and Al Strobel, and what I thought was really interesting is that, and maybe it was just the way it was cut, I don't know, but it seemed like David Lynch was saying, okay, we're gonna get this shot here, and they got that shot over here, and then Kyle, okay, give this look over here, and they got that shot, because he was there standing on the floor, right? So why not get this shot and that shot and this shot? But knowing you've seen the series, you're like, okay, well, that's from episode 3, that's from episode 17, that's from episode 1. So it was almost like they just grabbed all these different shots at the time, and Kyle probably didn't even know what episode he was shooting for or what hour he was shooting for. Again, that could have just been a funny thing of editing that Richard Beamer did, but it really just seemed like Lynch was just grabbing things on the fly. One thing that's really cool is that that moment in the show where Cheryl Lee gets like levitated up and flies away. You see them trial and error trying to get that shot, and finally Lynch decides to just do the shot the way completely different the way they had imagined doing it, and it ends up working 20 times better. You see them working with trying to get the CGI horse in there. You see them shooting a deleted scene with the giant or the fireman, which is really cool. It's kind of a shame that we don't get any deleted scenes in this set, just because you're showing us Lynch directing a deleted scene, and the giant's wearing sort of like that bathrobe thing that he's wearing at the beginning. Also, it kind of reminded me a little bit of the Senior Drool Cup or something like that in the original series. But yeah, I gotta tell you, this Red Room footage, this is gonna be on constant repeat for me. I think it's breathtaking. I think it's beautiful, and Lynch cracks some hilarious jokes, and God, it just would have been amazing just to be on set and just poking behind a chair and just watching everything go down. George says that he feels like the deleted scenes will be on the next box set. Yeah, you're probably right. But I know I'm stunned. If I had seen like this kind of footage of Lynch shooting Twin Peaks back in 1990, 91, I don't know. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I'm really just personally blown away. Some people have told me they're not interested in watching these behind the scenes things because they feel like it will ruin the magic of the show. I guarantee you, of what I've seen so far with Disc 7, nothing in this thing ruins the illusion, ruins the magic. In fact, it makes you fall in love with everybody involved. And like I said, it's surprising to see Mark Frost there as much as he was. Maybe he's not in the rest of the featurettes, but with these, I was just like, okay, cool. He was there a lot, which is great because some people seem to think that David Lynch just kind of took Frost's script and just ran away with it. But he's there, so that's cool. Somebody asked me, do we get a sense of what the deleted scene with the giant was about? No, we don't. Which is kind of a shame. You do get to see Cooper sitting in a chair, and he's in his black suit. And some people have theorized that this is another deleted moment of Cooper, like maybe coming back or something like that from wherever he was, and re-emerging in that chair in the Red Room in the black suit. I don't think so. I think what it was is that he was doing off-camera acting for Al Strobel when Al Strobel's Philip Gerard, the One-Armed Man, is reacting to Dougie showing up, and just Kyle just happened to be in the black suit because he was going to be filming scenes right after that as Cooper in the Red Room, so they didn't need to change out his outfit. They just needed to get the coverage of Al Strobel, so Kyle just sat off camera and acted it out. So it may seem like it's a deleted moment, but I really don't think it was. But yeah, the picture quality of the episodes, of the behind the scenes, I mean, when David Lynch said he was going to go HD, and the first thing we got was Inland Empire on that Sony PD 150, it just technology just hadn't caught up to what he wanted to do. Now, when you see this Blu-ray image of season 3, it makes the show look so much better. I think Showtime's streaming, besides the crushed blacks, also made things maybe look a little too bright sometimes. This seems much more color corrected, and but with just even more like clarity in the image. So I'm really impressed. I think these discs so far are incredible, and but that box set needs to go. the interior cardboard of that box set needs to go. It is absolutely horrible. But if you can get past that, get the set as soon as you can, pop those discs out, put them in another case, and enjoy the series all over again. Enjoy the extras on these discs. I can't wait to get through the rest of them. These are incredible. I've noticed that there's a few featurettes from Showtime's YouTube channel that were not included on the set, which is kind of a shame because they have so many of them already on the set. But a lot of that footage was used in other documentaries, so I get maybe why they didn't include it. But hey, you're throwing all the other Showtime stuff on there. Why not show the other 2 minutes of things you shot for them as well, in that original Showtime YouTube exclusive? I kind of wish everything was on here, but that's just me being nitpicky. But yeah, this is gonna be, this is a season of television I already loved, but you can tell with this Blu-ray that we're gonna find more and more and more and more things to love about it, and even the things that we may not like maybe, or little things that kind of bug us. It's gonna be one of those things where we're just like, who cares? It's really just gonna come down to, a lot of it's gonna be like, who cares? Or it's just gonna be fun discussion or fun debates, like like people do in pop culture. I think that they really did. Lynch and company really outdid themselves with this set, and I think that the reason why we have such access to Lynch directing like he is, being able to see up close and personal, is because he had friends filming this. If this was just some random production crew that Showtime hired, I don't think we would be getting this footage. But because Charles Lazarica and Richard Beamer, he knows them really well. He brought them in. They were able full access, and we're all the better for it as David Lynch fans, as Twin Peaks fans, as movie fans. So anyway, guys, those are my thoughts for Disc 7 on the extras. I will be back to do Disc 8 on another day. And of course, we will explore these extras, with others and other Twin Peaks Thought of the Day videos and that type of thing. I just wanted to give you guys my initial thoughts of these extras. And Disc 7 so far, aces. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.